Hi, it's Claire, and today I am doing a dorm tour. We have been here for about a week, but for the most part, I've got my space. And as we walk through, you might notice that my room is a little unconventional because I prioritize different things in a room than maybe most college students would. As we are doing online classes, I specifically set up my room to make it a very solid workspace, so it's less of like a hangout and chill space and more of a I'm in the mindset to do workspace. So that's something that I will explain more about as we go through the tour. So this is my door. It leads to the hallway and the apartment area that I share with 3 other girls. But this is the door into my room. So when you walk in, it's just this corner here. It opens up into first my desk area. So I have my printer, a cup of pens, and then this is the laptop that I use for school. I've got some cords underneath that I haven't really got under control, and who knows if I will get them under control at some point. So that's the entryway, and then you can walk through here, and this is my mirror that I hung up on the wall with command Velcro strips. This is my closet. I have a bow on the handle that says living my best life. I got that at a cheer competition. And so just to peek inside the closet, I've got all of my clothes, my shoe rack. Back there is my backpack because I brought it just in case, but since all of my classes are online, I'm not using it that much. On that side is my suitcase. And then we have this shelf up here that has some other carrying bags, my hats, and other various accessories, the bags that I use grocery shopping, some extra bags up there. This is a toolkit, and then laundry supplies, and some boxes of some things that I have in the room. So they're just the original boxes for that. My mini vacuum cleaner, a extra toner cartridge for my printer, and my sleeping bag. And so moving on to here, I have the recycling bin and trash can that came with the room. In between that, I am keeping my purse, and there's some things back there that are decorations that I haven't entirely decided if I'm going to put them up on the wall yet. Probably not, considering that I really like the setup that I have right now, so I will find a place to put those that isn't just shoved in a corner once I officially commit to that decision. And so here we have this shelf that is actually meant to go on the back of this desk. It's removable, and I decided that I didn't want that to be there because then it would just be a big wall right as I walk in. There's also this that pops up that you can fit the shelf on perfectly, but again, since the walk space is rather thin with the way I decided to set up my desk, I ultimately decided to move it. So I'm using the bottom area as a bookshelf. So I've got the books that I brought with me, which are on this side, and then my Xbox games, some games that I'm borrowing from my boyfriend, and then this is the stack of library books. The first one of this series is up there, but we'll get to that. Here, I am using this as a little display case. I have this plaque that says angels are often sent as friends, and I intend to use this space to display or keep memory keepsakes from the year. I've got 2 designs over there. This is a 3D printed dragon that my dad gave me, and I painted that to look like a dragon from my favorite video game. This is a bottle that was a project from my AP literature class. And then I have this thing that I got at a thrift store that says adventure awaits, and just a space to keep my sunglasses and a coaster, which I use rather frequently. I want to express that this shade doesn't really protect from a lot of light. And so one of the best decisions that I made when setting up my dorm room last year was that I bought these curtains. These are just cheap curtains from Walmart, and I bought an even cheaper curtain rod, and I used command hooks to hang the curtain rod, and so I have an extra layer of curtains. It blocks almost all of the light once they're closed, and so I can sleep through the morning and wake up and it still feels like dark outside because my room is pitch black, and then I open the curtains and find that it's super bright outside. So I highly recommend, if your dorm room does not have sufficient shades, to do something similar like this. Moving on to the area beside my window, I have this plastic storage bin which has nail polish in this top drawer. I have some extra makeup supplies. My actual makeup bag is stored underneath the sink outside of my room, but here I just have some eyeshadow palettes and other bags of things. And then this bottom drawer is kind of my miscellaneous drawer. I put some of my gaming stuff in here. I think I have a box of hair dye in there. Again, miscellaneous. Up top, I have this crate that my aunt painted and gave to me, and I keep some like perfume type things, and then sunscreen and some more supplies. Hanging on this wall with command hooks, I just have this wooden design of Excalibur, King Arthur's sword, and I just have that displayed. Moving on to my bed area, I have my bed lofted despite having all of this space because I chose that I wanted to use the open space for something else, but we'll get there. So this is actually the chair that came with the room. I decided to use a different chair because I preferred to have an office chair instead of the chair that they gave us. So currently it is holding a bunch of blankets that I just happen to have a ton of blankets that match all of my dorm things that I've got from various places. And then I've got this pillow that I move up to the bed as like a backrest. This is a crate of miscellaneous electronics. So I have my camera bag in there, but mostly a bunch of cords. That white thing is a light up makeup mirror. Just anything that I might use. Behind there, I have stored my painting supplies. This is a white carpet. Ignore how dirty it has gotten. That's what happens when you buy a white carpet. This is the dresser that came with the room. On top of it, I store the electronics that I often need to move up to the bed pretty frequently. So I have my monitor that I use essentially as a TV. I have the speaker that can plug into anything with a aux cord. I have my Xbox and controllers, and then my camera and tripod. On this side, I have some of the spare pillows that came with my bedding set, as well as a lap desk. My bed area I have decorated with these just string vines that I got off of Amazon, and I just wove those up through the bed frame, and then I have my bedding set, and I also wove the same vines and a set of fairy lights around my bed. This is my bedside table that just clamps onto the side of the bed, and I've got a diffuser and the other library book that I'm currently reading so that I can read it before bed, a notebook, a sleep mask, and another surge protector to plug in my phone and such. This was the stepping stool that I used to get up into my bed last year. My bed wasn't entirely lofted last year. It was more of a half loft, so the type where it's too high to just jump into, but not high enough to have such stairs on the side. So I have this stepping stool. It's fuzzy, and it also serves as a snack box. And so you can take this off. I also use this lid. This lid apparently doubles as a lap desk, which I've never used it for that, but I found it works really great as a place to put my monitor when I have it on my bed so that it stays stable. And then here I have the continuing string of fairy lights and some more vines hanging from there, and that leads into my tapestry. I put this as a background to my desk to make a really easy and simple background to future YouTube videos, and so I set that up specifically to where my desk space would have my back facing a solid wall. That's my drawing tablet that I have not set up yet. I think I'm going to store it underneath there once I have it set up, but currently it is just behind here. This is the desk that came with the room, as explained earlier. I have my printer, my school laptop, some headphones that plug in here. In this top drawer is some miscellaneous office supplies. In the second drawer is notebooks for school, and in the bottom drawer are notebooks for writing. I have a second trash can down there. I brought that one. I had bought it last year. And so currently in this room I have 2 trash cans. That wasn't the case last year because I had that one in my room and then I forfeited the trash can to go in the bathroom. But this year they gave us a trash can to go in the bathroom. So I haven't decided if I'm keeping both, although I have been filling both, so I guess it works out this way. This is a keyboard tray that comes with the desk that I am currently using to store notebooks. This is an office chair that I got at a thrift store. I started looking for an office chair after sitting in that one while touring the room, and I decided that I just wanted something with more support. So I am very thankful that I found a super cheap office chair that I was able to bring. And in prioritizing a workspace, I knew that I had this big room set up this year, and so I actually decided to buy a second desk to set up so that I have this almost corner desk situation. And so this is a desk from Walmart that I bought myself. And I have my big laptop sitting on top. I have this light clamped onto the end. Ignore the big mess of cords. I hope to take care of that at some point, but who knows? I might just leave it like that all year because I've had difficulty getting everything to connect and have all the cords long enough. So I have this writing space. Underneath here it has this like shelf situation on the side, and so I have my second monitor up at the top. I haven't taken this sticker off yet, but this monitor was given to me by my dad and he had that sticker there. I have this little acrylic block decoration. Those are my blue light filter glasses. Underneath here I have my gaming headphones stored and an iPad and an external hard drive that I'm storing video footage on. On the second shelf I keep some notebooks for writing, and on the bottom shelf I have textbooks for school. Lastly, on the other side of this shelf I have this happy pot that was gotten at a local floral shop back in Washington, and I have this little yellow cactus in it. So that's my dorm room tour for this year. I understand that I have a pretty big space, and honestly it's really nice. I have a single, so this is just my space, and this is what I've decided to do with it. I turned it into kind of an optimal writing working desk situation. I have this opportunity because my particular dorm setup in this building, I'm still living on campus. These are on-campus dorms, but they are on-campus apartment styles. So all of the rooms in this dorm are singles, so my roommates have their own room as well. And there are 3 of us that all share this hallway, the 2 bathrooms. So I share a bathroom with one other girl that's just on the other side of this wall. And we all together share a couch sort of living room area, which we've set up a TV and have some blankets and such in that cozy space, and as well as we share a kitchen. And maybe in the future, depending on whether it's good with my roommates, I might do a whole apartment tour, but for now, this is my individual room and this is what I have decided to do with the space. And honestly, I am very happy with it. I would like to keep it, hoping we don't have any surprise evacuations. Most of these decorations, like the tapestry and the lights and the vines and such, those were all things that I had set up in my dorm last year. I don't think I bought any new decorations. The biggest purchase was obviously the desk. Essentially, most of what is in this room was my setup from last year, but this time I had a whole room to myself to set up versus just half of the room because I had a double last year, so I shared with one other girl. I hope you enjoyed my room tour. I hope it was helpful for any of you who might be looking at dorms that have similar styles and thinking about what to do. And thank you for watching. See you next time.